All right, Buck fans, welcome to another Buccaneer update on CSUSports.com. Rob Walden, along with head women's basketball coach Julie Goodenough. And like the softball team, women's basketball had a spectacular week. They defeated Presbyterian College on Friday and then came away with a 66-62 overtime victory against Winthrop on Monday night. Coach, two games that, we talked after they were over. They weren't the prettiest games in the world, but any coach will tell you they take two ugly victories over two pretty losses any day.
Absolutely. I think both games were just a testament to, just working hard until the final buzzer. It's not over till it's over, and I was just really proud of our players, especially in the Winthrop game. We got really far down the second half to a good Winthrop team. Our players just never gave up hope, and they just kept playing hard, playing with confidence, and the hard work paid off in both of those games.
Yeah, 16 down against Winthrop midway through the second half, and it looks like with it being the regular season finale that you guys might just pack up the tents and prepare for the conference tournament on Friday, but you didn't do that at all. Kelsey Wasmer got hot, knocked down 3 consecutive threes. You guys launched a 16-0 run. Forced overtime. What happened to spark that comeback for you guys?
I think Kelsey just kind of putting us on her back there for a couple of possessions, knocking down some really tough three-pointers with people in her face. We were so glad to have Allie back last night. She was tremendous on the boards for us. And just some plays here or there that different players made. Helen came up with a couple of huge rebounds for us. Lakeitha and Lydia came in and really sparked our defense during that run when we were cutting away at their lead. So we just had a great team effort. Katie knocked down a big shot on after a timeout and a set play for us. So a great team victory. Everyone just, I think, I guess we got in a big hole, and it just helped us really focus on what we were doing and be a little more intentional defensively. Our defensive stops were big, and then on the offensive end we started I think taking better shots than we had.
It was the second straight game where you guys played much better in the second half than you did the first. Obviously it was a lot more drastic against Winthrop coming back from 16 down. How do you bottle that up and take what you did in the second half and then in overtime against Winthrop and carry that over for a full game in your conference tournament games this coming weekend?
I'll just be real honest. I have no earthly idea. I've seen it time and time out of our team. This second stretch of conference play when we've had people come into our gym, we get behind, which I can't understand that. We get behind at halftime, and then the second half is just all CSU. And I'm just really, really proud of our players for doing that, for just showing that resilience and perseverance late in the game when we have a big hole to dig ourselves out of. I have no idea why we get down so far. I don't know where the energy and the intensity go after pregame warm-up. Yeah. I think to really be successful in the conference tournament, we're not going to be able to get down on a neutral court. We're going to have to stay in the fight throughout the whole game.
You mentioned a couple individual players already, but we'll talk about them again. Katie Tull leads the conference and, in fact, set a conference record for made three-pointers in a season this year. Kelsey Wasmer has averaged nearly 20 points a game in the last month and a half of the season. It'd certainly be nice to see both of those players on the all-conference team, maybe Helen Terry on the all-freshman team as well.
Absolutely, and, as a coaching staff in the Big South, we really wanted to expand the all-conference teams to add a few more players. We have 9 very good teams in the league, and really feel like we should have at least 15 people honored as all-conference. We only honor 10.
Right.
So to be all-conference is quite an honor because there are so many really good players to choose from. I'm very biased toward Katie and Kelsey. I think they're 2 of the best guards in the conference. Sure. I will be disappointed if they don't both make either the first or second team all-conference, but there's so many great players out there. You never know how that will go. I believe Helen is one of the top 5 freshmen in the league. I hope that she, gets that award. But whether they are awarded, with postseason accolades or not, our team has just exceeded expectations all season, and our players have just grown as a team and continued to mature as individual players. It's just been so fun to be a part of their growth. Get awards or not, I'm so excited about our team, and I think they'll tell you, an award at the end would be great, but it's not that big of a deal. They've really enjoyed, I think, the satisfaction of the team successes and just seeing how far we can go with the teamwork, kind of a spirit about us, and just leaving all the hard work out on the court.
You guys, you mentioned exceeded expectations, finished with 17 victories in the regular season, 9 wins in conference play, tied for 3rd after being picked 5th in the preseason. Now, you did lose the coin flip to High Point, so you'll be the 4 seed in the tournament, taking on Coastal Carolina on Friday, split with the Chanticleers in the regular season. If you're going to come away winning that third and final matchup between the two teams, what do you need to do on Friday?
Sydney Moss for Coastal Carolina is one of the best players in the league. I think we have to know where she is at all times. We have to contain her, make some other players beat us. Amanda Stoll is a senior for their team, very, very good outside shooter. We have to be aware of her. I think our defensive intensity has got to be there from the jump ball on.
Right.
We can't get in a hole at halftime. So defense this week, leading up into that first round game in the conference tournament, will be our emphasis. We'll talk about defense and rebounding every day and really emphasize those things.
And obviously you don't want to look past Coastal Carolina, but should you defeat Coastal, advance to the semis, you're probably looking at having to knock off Gardner-Webb to get to the championship, and then Liberty in the championship game. That would be a tough back-to-back for you guys, but if you get hot from the outside, and like you said, play the full 40 minutes on defense, it's definitely within the realm of possibility that you guys could do that.
Absolutely, and we will definitely take one game at a time. You know, put all of our effort this week into preparing for that Coastal Carolina game. But I think a team will have to beat Gardner-Webb and Liberty to win the conference championship. So we know that they're in the future if we do, you know, if we're able to win that quarterfinal game. So we'll get ready for them when that time comes.
Well, Coach, it's been a lot of fun talking to you this year on the Buccaneer Update. We'll talk to you again next week. Hopefully you can bring the conference tournament championship trophy on set.
That would be awesome.
All right, that's head coach Julie Goodenough of the CSU women's basketball team. Like we said, Friday, the Bucs open the Big South tournament against Coastal Carolina. That does it for another Buccaneer Update. We'll see you next time right back here on CSUSports.com.